put a thing up on the Abaddon page. We did one ages ago about this, just some questions with our tone, little update, see how we're doing as well. So, how we doing?
All right. All the treatments and whatever we've gone through have all been pretty well successful so far. Got a final scan, well, I hope it's a final scan, coming up soon. And we'll find out if we have to take it any further or if that's it. I mean, the type of cancer it is they reckon it's likely to come back because it's blood related. But I know what we're facing now, so bollocks to it, basically.
It's up for the scrap anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll get into the questions for you. This first one was by a chap called Gary Brown, plays in a band called Deeper Purple. Question for Mr. Bray. When he was a young thrasher with his 9-piece double bass drum kit, he had an old X-Reg Mark V V6 2.3 Cortina estate. Ironically, Ogman's first car was a Cortina estate, but mine was a lot older than that. And it was a gear nonetheless. What car did Mr. Abaddon have to get that massive kit around?
I didn't drive till I was 30 odd. We had a receptionist in the I mean, she'd hate us for calling her because she was a lot more than that, but somebody that worked with us called Nikki, and she just got sick of me constantly bumming rides off everybody else, so she booked me car lessons and car exams. First car I ever bought was in a Daimler 66, two 6-cylinder engines, and it was just a ridiculously powerful car, just completely insane. But I still relied on everybody else to carry my kit around.
Yeah, as drummers do, I can attest to.
Yeah.
Where's that kit now?
Oh, I wrecked it. I just kicked the shit out of it. I think the last part of it might have gone off the drum riser at the Dynamo Festival. Once I got the big Ludwig, it was always about that. So the sadly anything that I had before that kind of got a good hiding.
You posted a picture up, or somebody posted a picture up of the pneumatic drum riser. He said, did you try it out before the gig, or where did you try out that pneumatic drum riser? Was it like take it to the gig and crack on? Yeah,
we didn't try it out. No, we took it to the first gig, and that was it. I had obviously we lived in Newcastle. We had a Newcastle City Hall gig, and I knew quite a few of the lads who were sort of local crew, and they were seriously pissed off at me because they couldn't get it in the side door, the load-in door. So they had to take it around the front and carry it, open the main doors and carry it right down the centre of the aisle and up onto the stage. So they were very, very angry with me. Yeah. It was made in beside the shipyards in Wallsend. We calculated for me, my drum kit, my drum roadie, all the drum monitors that would be on there, we calculated all that weight so that they could work out how much each of the rams would take. What we didn't calculate for on the day was the guy with the camera who jumped on there and the guy who was looking after his rig and his cable and whatever. So the 2 extra people jumped on the back, which tipped the whole thing backwards. So if you watch the 7 Dates of Hell video, you can see that the riser starts to go up and you can see me screaming and shouting at the cameraman, and then he jumps off the back and then the riser levels up and starts again. So eventually it did work, but nearly not.
Yeah, class, yeah. Did you keep the kit in your shed?
Like I could afford a shed.
He said sorry for asking a couple too many. Anyway, that was a couple of questions from Gary Brown. I'm not going to be able to get spell this right because it's David Liljemark.
Keep going, we've nearly got enough battery left.
Yeah. How's your health? How's your health going before he
It's all right, mate. I mean, a lot of people in a lot worse positions, so I'm doing all right. Got to get back to a bit of strength back and a bit of get a bit of exercise in. But yeah, I'm very happy with. I couldn't have had better support and help from everybody, to be fair, as well as, obviously everybody, the doctors and the nurses and whatnot, but everybody who's been online and sent me messages and this sort of thing. Couldn't have been better.
Yeah, they obviously don't know you properly.
Yeah.
Curious about reflections of the times when it seemed that you were the only member of Venom.
Yeah, that was a lot to do with the strength of Eric Cook, because he was the other member of Venom, and he was the one who, at the time when nobody else was really interested, and I was the last one holding the strings, as it were. Eric was very instrumental in helping me put a band together and get the label and get all the dates and the promoters and the touring and all that kind of thing sorted that a band needs. It's kind of hard to be completely fired up without somebody else to be there with you. I think that anyway.
Good question, that like.
Yeah.
This is quite a specific one. Any details about the recording of Senile Decay? Was it at the same time as the Bloodlust single?
Oh, that's going back. The one thing I remember about Senile Decay was that at the time I was still an apprentice working in a factory with a load of older blokes, and one of them did something, I don't know what he did, he tripped over or some shite, and one of the other lads who was back with him just turned around to me and he said, "Fucking Senile Decay," and I've just nearly pissed my pants standing there. I was like, "Fucking hell, what?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's what it is, Senile Decay, he's getting old." Yeah. Cue Venom song title.
Yeah, cool, like that. Recording bits about it, what was it like? Was it at the same time as Bloodlust?
I think it was, yeah. Venom was always about new stuff. Well, very rarely, at that time, we very rarely got into a rehearsal room when we weren't doing something new. So there was Bloodlust, and then there was Nightmare, there was all the B-sides. And yeah, Senile Decay was one of those. It was one of the ones at the time that we kind of threw into the pot, along with Bloodlust and whatnot.
No. He also mentioned what he's actually said is any detail about the recording of at War with Satan, but I'm going to take a bit of artistic jumping in interviewer type thing here. What was your biggest memory of recording at War with Satan? The one that sticks out the most, if I was to nail it down.
It was the for me as a drummer, it was the gluing together of all of the parts. It was getting to understand that it wasn't a group of songs, but it was a group of different tempos and feelings, and and it was trying to tie all them together, because a lot of the lyrics were written as we were going, and it kind of was a track which grew as we were doing it. A lot of Venom stuff did that. It was stuff that, Jeff would come in with an idea and I would say, "Oh, hang on, I can do double bass drums through that," or "Hang on, let's start that with a tom thing." Cronus would say, "Yeah, great, let's hammer this out. I've got some lyrics in the back of a book here." And at War with, although it was a lot of it was Cronus' idea. Lots and lots of it came together with us all sort of battering it out together.
Yeah, who played the piano on?
I don't remember. Possibly me, because I think
that out of tune.
I think we're too busy laughing.
Another couple of questions from Lucia. Bustamante. He's from Argentina. Sorry, mate, if I've got your name all over, but I have a thing called dyslexia and I'm an idiot. He said, basically, what do you think of the modern metal scene, the new bands and the new scene?
To be fair, I don't pay that much attention to it. not that. I think I kind of lost it when a lot of the Viking stuff was happening, and it was becoming very melodic. I kind of really like the full-on, I still like that kind of punk appeal where you've got this full-on charge, see at the end boys kind of thing, and it all started getting a bit theatrical to me. I mean, I know Venom were a little bit over the top, but it just got a bit too theatrical.
Yeah, a bit much. One from someone who's just sent some tea bags up. Where did your name, the Abaddon name, come from?
Of the Bible. Again, it was a weird thing with this band. We used to meet together, everybody along here would meet together on a Saturday around the Handyside Arcade and a few of the guitar shops and a few of the music shops around there. We'd buy vinyl, we'd buy guitar picks, we'd buy whatever we could afford. But we just basically hung out. And of course, Venom would get together. And I remember walking down the road and Jeff just said, I don't want to be called Jeff Dunn, for the purposes of the band. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So have you had a thought? And he says, yeah, Mantis. And I went, Mazda, it's a car, isn't it? And he was like, no, Mantis. And I was like, oh, right. He goes, but I want to be called Jeff Mantis. I was like, all right. I've had this thought about this character in the Bible because I was very into the Bible at the time because I had been brought up religious by my mum more than my dad. And then I started disliking all that kind of doctrination. And so I thought, well, I better read it as best I can. Otherwise, I'm just calling it shit and not really know what I'm talking about. So I might as well read it. And then I found out about this Apollyon, the Abaddon character. And I thought, yeah, it's a really cool name. That's a great name, that. And then Kronos came up with his thing, which a lot of people liken to something to do with the base keeper being the keeper of time, the chronology, Kronos, chromatic, that type of thing. I'm not dead sure that he got it from there because there was never an H in it. So,
okay. Final one. How's the new racket going, and how was Norway?
No, it was great fun. It was an experience. We had a really good crack and had a great time, had a good gig.
There's a video waiting to come out.
There's a video waiting, yeah. Yeah, the new stuff's belting along. I mean, we're always writing. We're very aware of still doing sort of Venom classics and whatnot, but we're always writing stuff. Not so much from my point of view for the last few months. But Mr. Hoggart's on top of things. He's got a
ridiculous back catalogue of things.
He's got a hold of it all and he knows what he's doing.
It's cracking on. So, it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him. Good night.
Good night.